Hi, I'm Rosa. Thanks for joining me. I'm in my mudroom today and I bought a new washer and dryer. So I am getting ready to move these out and I thought I'd show you what's going on. I'm just pulling my very last load out of the dryer and getting everything from around this area out of the way because I purchased a new set, and I'll tell you the reasons why I purchased it. There's my dog Dash. Stella was back in the corner. It's a mudroom. It's not aesthetically pleasing. I'd like it to be, but this is real life. I've been using a front load washer and dryer set for about 20 years. This is my second one. The first set was a Whirlpool, and that one started giving out. I wasn't completely happy with the dryer on that set, but it lasted a long time, definitely over 10 years. This one is about 8 years old, and I have issues with a front load, and I'll tell you what those are. So this dryer, we do not leave the door closed on. It's closed right now because it's unplugged, but if we're not drying, we leave the door ajar. And the reason we leave the door ajar on this Maytag, even though it looks real good, and I told you it's about 7 or 8 years old, is because it turns on by itself. So if that door is closed, you can hear the thing turn on, run for a little bit, and turn off. And we don't want to cause a fire, so that's been on my short list to replace for over a year. But how we combat that is we leave the door open. My biggest issue is with this. Since day one on all of my front loads, I've always left the door open to let the gasket dry out. And even though with the door open, it's still, I have to wipe it down every so often. It does have a filter. It needs to be cleaned out. You have to take it off the wall, take off the back, which I've been meaning to do, but at this point I'm just replacing it. And sadly enough, in all those years, I've never cleaned out the filter, so I'd hate to see what it looks like. My issue with a front load washer is it's not for people who work outside. Let's call it that way. It's a white collar washing machine. I say that because I can never get dirty clothes clean enough. And what I've had to resort to do is soak anything in my laundry sink. So let's say I'll wash my husband or son's shirts, then I soak them in the laundry sink, the water turns brown, and then I wash them again. So for me, when you work outside, it doesn't get the clothing clean enough. On my clothing, where I don't get as dirty, it washes everything just fine. So I've decided no more front load for me. I want a top load. I want to be able to soak clothing if I need to. I want to get the sweat smell out of dirty clothing without having to soak it. So that's where we are. And I've decided to buy a Speed Queen, and we're going to bring that into the laundry room in just a moment. I'm just vacuuming the dog hair out from underneath the dryer, and I have to disconnect that hose, and then the washer will move out. Behind the washing machine wasn't too bad, but it's kind of gross behind the dryer wasn't too bad, but behind the washing machine is kind of gross. So I'm going to vacuum or mop and vacuum that, or vacuum and mop that. Ugh. Yeah, you see, this hasn't moved in 4 years. I've vacuumed and mopped. I'm waiting for it to dry. I have a fan over here oscillating. And I'm going to let my husband disconnect these tubes, wires, hoses, whatever you want to call them. And then we will bring in the other washer and dryer that are right there outside the door in the truck. I should have shown you the before, but I didn't. All this stuff came out of the laundry room, and it has to go back in once I'm done.
Simple solution to that.
Here's the washer and dryer in place. Top load Speed Queen. I'll tell you the specs on it. I took the sticker off, but it's a washing machine, just their basic top load, no lid lock like the old-fashioned ones, which is what I wanted. And we decided to do a gas dryer. And I just need to clean up some more and get them in place. We have the gas guy coming out to hook it up correctly. And here are the washer and dryer all installed. The gas guy was here. He did what he needed to do. We built this house and we've been living in it for 4 years now. And we had installed gas to the dryer, even though we had we had an electric dryer. We thought the next one would be gas. So we went ahead and piped in for that. And we don't have natural gas, it's LP. And then there's the washer, and they actually take up a smaller footprint than the front load, which I'm surprised about. One of the hesitations with getting this was I lose all the space at the top. On the washer, I lose the space on the top with, of course, the lid. And on this side, I can use some of the space, but I lose it to the panel. And what I kept on here is a basket with my husband's work pants, work socks, you know, just laundry stuff. So I need to figure that out in the mudroom without making it look too cluttered. And I mentioned we've been wanting to get a new dryer and washer now since about the time we moved in. And my biggest hesitation was I wanted a top load, but I'd lose the space. But after seeing how much the clothing isn't coming out clean, it wasn't worth keeping the front load anymore. And the front load works great on my clothing because I don't get dirty. I try not to get as dirty, let's put it that way. I've mopped, vacuumed. We still have to, of course, get everything back in place, but I'm going to use the washer for the first time. That was a hamper full of my clothing, and I usually don't separate my clothing unless I know there's something that will run into each other, but for the most part, I know that what I wear can be washed together, it doesn't run. And you can see it's in here pretty good. It's not, I still have room, and we're going to test it out. So let's see. First time. I want cold water, and I want, I don't need an extra soak. I like it has a deep fill option, but I don't need that either. That's delicate, that's normal, eco, permanent press, heavy duty, sheets. I love that it has a spin because sometimes you need extra water taken out of stuff, and I couldn't get that to work right on the other. I'm gonna leave it on delicate for mine just to see how it works, and I need to put some laundry detergent in. I've got a little laundry detergent, and I'm going to put some vinegar in the fabric softener spout. I don't use fabric softener. I don't have a problem with vinegar. I think vinegar does well, and we're going to start. Oh, I'm so excited. I know it sounds weird to get excited over wash, but I love doing our family's laundry. I think having stuff washed and clean is awesome. It is now a couple days later, And there is my Speed Queen top load washing machine and dryer, gas dryer, and I am very, very happy with them. I've used them. I've washed some work clothing with them. Everything comes out nice and clean, no smells. I can do the soak, which I've used, which is great. The drum is nice and big. This is a TC5 Speed Queen, and it is it's a basic model with a non-locking lid, so I can open it up and throw things in mid-wash, which is terrific. And the dryer is really nice. The dryer is a DC5, has an interior light, nice large drum. They're a little louder than my old pair, but other than that, I'm very happy with them. They actually have a smaller footprint in the mudroom, and I can't use the top on the washer obviously anymore, so I have a couple baskets on top of the dog crate, and I still have a little organizing to do. I have some laundry detergent and vinegar on my plant shelf. Those items are going to be on that shelf until I decide how I want to lay them out. But there's my laundry room. It's still messy and I need to work on it because I want it to look a little bit more cohesive. But I'm very happy with my purchase so far. And I had no trouble getting rid of the other pair on Facebook Marketplace. So if I had to give a review on the Speed Queen, it's awesome. When I bought the last set was a Maytag, and I bought it thinking it would last a very long time, and honestly I wasn't happy with it, but so far the Speed Queen has been great. I like the old-fashioned knobs. This TC5 has a deep fill option. It doesn't have a water level option like the old ones used to have. Some of them had the small, medium, or large water. This just has the temperature, the options of extra rinse or soak, and then your cycle selection. But you can use this deep fill if you want. So this is great. And the dryer, I have just the Signal Choice, the fabric selector, and the cycle selection. So overall, very happy, would recommend it. They both came very highly recommended to me by friends, and I hope to get thousands of loads out of them. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.